There is an unshakable bond between surfing brothers Blake and Guy Baxter.
The story begins on a normal morning like this. I got the text message that was like, hey, I can get us onto base. Let's go surf DMJs, the swell's good.
And then I think I'd caught the first wave, and because of the current, you're a few hundred yards down the beach. So I start kind of walking back to where we started and was watching the surf.
We kind of got separated, and at some point during that time, that's when I went into cardiac arrest.
Guy's brother Blake was floating lifeless in the turbulent water.
I watched my friend catch a wave, and as he gets into like waist or knee-deep water, he starts sprinting for the shore, and I kind of run to meet him, and he's like, hey, someone is passed out on the beach. We gotta call 911.
Blake was unresponsive and in cardiac arrest.
The guy that was doing compressions was a Marine who was out like surfing that day. I guess I had told him like, hey, this is my brother, like I got this, and just started doing compressions myself. My instinct or my adrenaline or shock or whatever had me just like screaming kind of at my brother.
I was lifeless with no breathing or heartbeat for like maybe around 20 minutes. I gave what's called an agonal breath, and I think what they said is that the agonal breath is almost like a sign a lot of times of people sort of giving up the ghost.
Lifeguards continued with more compressions, finally reviving Blake.
I'd been in a medically induced coma for 2 days. All of a sudden, my consciousness starts to come to, and everything is dark, and I was so heavily sedated, I couldn't open my eyelids for a while. And it was funny because somebody said, you know, Mama Lisa drove all the way from Utah to come see you. And that's my mother-in-law. And so when I heard that, my subconscious was like, oh, I gotta be on my best behavior. And so my eyes like popped open, and I saw my wife and my mother-in-law and my brother and my mom. And I had immense gratitude for everybody involved in the rescue, the first aid, and especially my brother, he's my only sibling, and I've always felt very close to him.
Without question, Guy's swift actions and life-saving instincts saved his brother's life.
I would definitely consider my brother to be a real hero. In a time of panic, I think he was able to do a few very crucial things. One was making that first 911 call. Number two was being involved with the chest compressions until the lifeguards arrived. And I would say number three was just his motivation of yelling at me while I was unconscious on the sand, just saying, come on, Blake, you're still with us. Like, you can make it. Think of Scotty, think of your kids. That kind of kept the lifeguards going. They kept doing all of their work because my brother was standing there next to him, just like, this guy has to pull through. He's too young for this to be happening to.
I think there's a lot of heroes involved in this story. It was a group effort, and you know, everyone played like a pivotal role. That the situation wouldn't have been the same if it wasn't for this, you know, laundry list of people.
After my accident and the quadruple bypass heart surgery that I had as a result, I go back to DMJ's on the 1-year anniversary to surf and to kind of prove to the world that that beach is not cursed.